Ready? Okay. It's officially 7:01, so it's all kind of gather around and we'll get started. Yes, please. Well, and hand it off to somebody for the checks, like with the group. You need to be in the group picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe our daughter.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Right? It's cold out there. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Okay, I think that's about everybody. Welcome, everybody. If you don't know who I am, I don't know how that's possible, but I am the crazy cookie lady, Sarah McGuire. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. We, of course, do a check presentation every year, but it has always been missing you. So I'm glad everybody's here to help celebrate what we work so hard for. So we'll go to the next slide, please. Okay, so naturally, we have a cookie theme tonight, what we're going to talk about. So like a good cookie recipe, there are all these components that come together to make a successful event. So that's what we're here to celebrate, all the different parts. And we're going to start with a short video that will recap the cookie walk. Awesome. So our first ingredient, the recipe for success, is the dollars and cents of everything. These categories don't include every single dime because we'd be here all night, but I tried to chunk it into so you get an idea of what it takes to pull this off. So with sponsorships and ad sales, we were almost $16,000. The ticket sales and miscellaneous donations, and that's where the families buy their bags. That's a little over $17,000. And then the Lions, our charitable foundation, contributed about $3,600, and our expenses were about $14,000. So that's kind of how we get to the net proceeds. And just to remind everybody, 100% of the net proceeds after all the expenses goes right back out to the food pantries. So The next ingredient is gathering together, and this might be my favorite part. For the cookie walk stops, I estimated 3 to 4 per stop. Some had more, some had less. So we had over 300 people setting up booths and passing out cookies. We had about 50 Lions and our friends helping to run things. I estimate about 3,200 people there to collect cookies. And about 100 people for like the police we hire and the food truck workers and the employees at the businesses that are open. Performing groups, we had a big singing group, a couple of them, so it takes a lot of people. And the reason why this is my favorite is because how often today do you get to go out and not worry about politics for a whole day? Everybody was happy and jolly and having fun and spending time together with their families, which is what we're really wanting to promote. So, yay us. Okay. The ingredient number 3, of course, is the cookies, right? There were over 34,000 cookies in downtown Pataskala that day. So, and they were gone fast, weren't they? Okay, next slide, please. Ingredient number 4 is creativity and charm. You'll hear a lot of people say that this event feels like a Hallmark movie, and that's something we're very proud of. We love our town, we love our downtown area, and so getting the chance to showcase it and make it look charming and bring all of our creative ideas is really special. This year we had a new feature, which was the gingerbread house contest. So you can see those are the 3 winners. And I think one of them are here. Bridget, would you like to stand? No? Good job, Bridget. But yeah, we had our top 3 winners, and the kids loved this. Thank you so much to the Methodist Church for opening your fellowship hall for this. It was a lot of fun. So, next slide. Our ingredient number 5 is our event sponsors. And I would like, please, if you're an event sponsor, could you please stand? I know I see some of you here. Yep. Is that all of them? Okay. Thank you so much. It is an expensive event, and we've been able to maintain the growth in the number of families that we're serving because of your generosity. So thank you so much. Okay. The next ingredient is generosity, which kind of leads off the previous one. But that was displayed this year at our gift basket raffle. It was a big success. We look for it to grow more. This was our first time doing it. So we look for it to grow even bigger in the future, but it did bring in an extra almost $800 for the food pantries, so it was good. Number 7 is making spirits bright. If you were a character or an entertainment group, could you please stand? I know we have our lion back here. Buddy the elf is here. Yep. Yep. This is the characters that we have. They're volunteers, and they go through so much to get ready for it, and it's so much hard work, and it really is what makes our event special. So we appreciate all of them. Ingredient number 8 is the lighted Christmas parade. It's the Christmas magic and fun of the event. I'd like to just recognize our Grand Marshal, Lion Jerry. If you'd stand. Yeah. And by the way, as everyone leaves, make sure you get a copy of the magazine. There's a full write-up in there about Jerry. He is a very remarkable man, so we're very glad to have him. If you could go ahead and, here's our video about the parade. really was a good parade this year. So, is that you, Erica? I thought so. Hi. So if Erica could stand, she's with Illuminate USA, and they had the best use of lights this year in the parade. Thank you. And Illuminate also donated, brought 1,500 lighted necklaces and passed them out to the people in the crowd. So it was a really nice thing you did, and we enjoyed having you. So the most Christmas spirit went to the West Licking Special Olympics, and they won because I heard that they were on their own singing a bunch of songs when the judges went by, and it caught their feelings. So they got the most Christmas spirit, and then the judge's choice went to the Dixon team. So good job. You guys can stand if you want. No? Okay. So it was a really good parade. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the 28th this year. So in case nobody knows this, the whole reason why we came up with a cookie walk was to get people to our parade. So I think we succeeded. The 9th ingredient is grateful hearts. I just want to take a moment and give some extra gratitude. First of all, if you're on my cookie walk committee, please stand. Yeah. Thank you. So for this event, it takes over 1,000 hours of volunteer time to coordinate it and put it together. So big thank you to the committee. City of Pataskala, would you like to stand? Anybody from the city? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We literally could not do this without the cooperation and support of the city. They help us with closing the road. I don't know if anybody remembers Cookie Walk before the road was closed, but it got a little dicey. So, they help us with closing the road. They help us with. They're in the parade. They help us with the permits and the police presence. Yes. So, lots of great people coming together for that. And then also, if you're a Cookie Walk stop or a volunteer, please stand. A lot of hours into making cookies. Miss Anitra over here at Overflow did cookies for both routes. So, in her group, her volunteer group, okay. So that's a lot of cookies. So it wouldn't happen without everybody coming together. So all the ingredients combined make a very successful and amazing community event. Our total raised in 12 years is over $80,000. So. Done a good thing. Okay, up next is Mayor Mike. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, stay here a second. So, I'm Mayor Mike Compton, if you don't know who I am. So, I could ramble. She said 5 minutes, so I could talk for a half hour about the Cookie Walk and the Lions and this community and stuff. I won't do that, but I do want to hit some highlights. And I have the only other event in town that is non-political, so we share that. The fireworks and the Cookie Walk, no politics. So we love that part of it. And the Lions Club, you've seen people stand up tonight and get recognized, and this guy, he's a legend. He helped. I'm a member of the Summit Station Lions, and you were, I think, a charter member of that club, and now you're in Pataskala. But Summit, all the Lions clubs, we serve, and that's what this event has done is serve the community. But in every event, everything that happens starts with some type of nucleus, right? So can we have a nice round of applause for the nucleus of the cookie walk. Okay, you can sit down now. Listen, I won't keep you long, but that was one of the points I was going to make. One of my first jobs when I volunteered for the cookie walk was to, and I think Andy wore a vest too. We were all wearing vests because we were standing in the road at the crosswalks, making sure people didn't get run over. And I can remember when we decided, and I can't remember when we did, but it was probably the first or second year when it was like, this isn't working, because I can remember people would drive by and they're just going, what is going on there? As they blew through all of the crosswalks. So it wouldn't have helped if we had vests on or not. I think somebody was eventually going to, and it probably would have been me, that got run over. So closing the road, the same format that we use with the street fair was perfect. And you're right, the city bends over backwards to help us, the street department, the police department, everything. So it's a great community event, and the collaboration with the Storehouse for Jesus. The more time I spend in this church, I just enjoy the collaboration. And with where's Pastor Carl? Right there. With your collaboration with the summer meals for the kids. I mean, this is I'm going to start crying here. This is community, and I love it. So, thank you very much for what you do.
Okay, up next we have the Storehouse for Jesus.
Hi, I'm Patty Willie, and I am the director of the Storehouse for Jesus Food Pantry. And unlike Sarah, I need notes. So we can, who are we? Oh, I can see it up there too. Okay. So the Storehouse is a ministry of the Pataskala Nazarene Church, and it's run strictly by volunteers. We are a partnering agency with Mid-Ohio Food Bank and run under the guidelines and food safety regulations according to state and federal laws. We currently have 30 volunteers that give their time weekly to make this pantry run smoothly. And I think some of my volunteers are here. Would you stand up? I got a few of them here. And I know I got a few of them. Okay. Okay. Without them, it would never run. And there are several that are not here too, but I just appreciate them so much. We are a walk-through pantry, which means the customers go through with one of the volunteers, and they have the choice of being able to pick out their own food, which makes it more like a grocery store setting, which is a good thing for them. The pantry hours and operation and address can be found on the midohiofoodbank.org, findhelp.org, and the Storehouse for Jesus Facebook page, and of course word by mouth too. And who do we serve? We don't have any boundaries of service. We serve anybody that has a need. They need to provide ID, address, and meet this state of Ohio family income guidelines. We have a clothing area where people can also go in and get some clothing. The customers can shop once a calendar month. We're open on Tuesdays 10 to 12 and on Thursdays 6 to 8 p.m. The customers are provided with 9 meals per family per month. We are required by state law to provide them with 3 meals, but with all the generous donations, we are able to give more. We distribute an average of 7,300 meals per month, which feeds approximately 200 households. That's around 800 people. How are we funded? The Pantry is a nonprofit organization fully funded by monetary donations from private individuals, local churches, and local organizations, and of course the main event of the year, the Cookie Walk. We received approximately about $30,000 in 2024 last year from all these donations. And where do we get our food? We have a little pie chart up there, but we purchase approximately 65% of our food from the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, and we receive about 30% in donations. We do pickups twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays from 2 Sheetz stores, 2 UDF stores, and 2 Kroger stores that donate a lot of stuff to us. And then we probably about 5% comes from private individuals and community food drives from various churches, organizations, and schools. The big food drive each year is the Battle for Broad Street, and so that's always a lot of food collected there. That's a big help. It's most of you know, between Watkins and Lincoln Memorial High School. We receive egg donations, about 192 cartons each month from Trillium Farms in Johnstown. And along with food, we also receive clothing from individual drop-offs and drives organized by local churches and schools and organizations. We just want to thank everyone for their support, and throughout the year, it's your generosity that keeps the food pantry running, and we just really appreciate it. We want to thank everybody.
Okay, so it's time to give the check, present the check to the storehouse. So if all the storehouse people and Lions can come up here, please. All right, moving right along. Our next recipient tonight is the Kids Eat Free program at Pataskala United Methodist Church. So I'll let Pastor Carl have the floor.
Thank you. Good evening. You can tell just by looking at me, I'm a transplant. So just from the outside looking in, this cookie walk makes this community a gem. And it's something you can't see unless you're from the outside looking in at how beautiful it is to see people from all different walks of life coming together to do a walk for life. It is a joy to see all different small businesses and local organizations just come together for a uniting cause. We are supposed to support local, and that is what we do here at Pataskala. There is a great need. I'm sure you are all aware of the great need to help people. There are many hungry people in our state and in our community. If you see on the next slide, it just goes through a little bit of what we do. We have a Kids Eat Free program which helps feed local children in our area. We don't turn anyone away. And during the summer, because the children cannot get free lunch through the schools, we try to take that place and make sure our children have a meal every weekday throughout the week. Kids Eat Free began in 2012, and it partnered with area churches, businesses, and individuals to serve lunch to community children and families. We've given more than 30,000 meals since then, and just like the cookie walk, there have been different iterations. We had to plan things despite the pandemic and work around that. And just like the cookie walk, we have grown in our outreach to this community. As you see on the next slide, Ohio has one of the highest rates of food insecurity in the country, ranking 47th. So there is a need. And the next slide continues that. Younger children under 6 are at great risk of hunger. Many households experience hunger struggle to put on food on the table. We've seen a lot of multi-children families come and experience Kids Eat Free. You would be surprised the amount of need there is. It costs about $1,200 a week to support our families. Just moving on to the next slide. 1 in 7 children struggle with hunger. Next slide. I'll wrap it up and make it quick for you. That's just a brief advertisement of what all we do. So Sunday, we prepare the lunches into bags, and then at 3 o'clock, we distribute the meals to our families. And in the next slide, you'll see that we also give out free books to families as well, and it's supported by our local library. Because of the move, they've given us some of their books, and we give them to the community free of charge for kids to read. It's a blessing to see children come back. Sometimes they'll even bring the book they took last week to trade it in for a new one, even though they don't have to. Next slide. We have a lot of volunteers. Those are actually student volunteers that we've been blessed from walk-ins. We distribute bags. We have small groups. I believe we have people from this church who help serve as well. We don't turn any helping hand down. Next slide. Yeah, and there's the stats right there. 345 volunteer instances, 570 volunteer hours, 6,781 lunches distributed over the summer, and it's about $10 a lunch, so you can do the math. I'm a pastor, I can't count. And also, we've been expanding to, during the summer, have lunches on Wednesdays at noon. It's a great way to get just families to come to our church. And also, we've had teens in our community. We don't know where they are, but at least at noon, they're at our church staying safe, if you know what I mean. And so we just give them salad, pizza, soda pop. And we also, during winter, deliver items to local elementary schools to support them, not just during the summer, but also during the winter. And sometimes we give them backpacks or school supplies whenever we can. So thank you so much for supporting your community. Every dollar you give just goes right back out to feed children in our area. So thank you very much for your support.
It's picture time for the Kids Eat Free volunteers and Lions. Back up here again, please. storehouse will be open for a tour if you'd like to see, how they operate. And also make sure on the way out you get some magazines, so I don't have to take them home with me. And there's some delicious popcorn and cookies back here if you didn't get any on the way in. So. Okay, there'll be a couple people by which door? The exit door, with the storehouse shirts on. If you'd like to take a tour, let them know. Okay? Any other questions, comments? No complaints tonight. Not allowed. All right, thank you very, very much, everyone who came.